past week, many have recounted what Dad did for them. But here, today, we recount what God did for Dad, how he blessed him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the Steve Malzberg son, Reverend Paul Scalia, overseeing the services, the funeral services for Justice Antonin Scalia on Saturday. A beautiful, beautiful service. I know, hopefully everyone had a chance to watch. Of course, the president wasn't there by design. He had something better to do. Goodness only knows what could be more important than being at that funeral. So let me bring some more of it to you.
We give thanks that Jesus bestowed upon him 55 years of marriage to the woman he loved, a woman who could match him at every step and even hold him accountable. God bless Dad with a deep Catholic faith, the conviction that Christ's presence and power continue in the world today through his body, the Church.
And he really talked a lot in the eulogy about the Church and what it meant to Justice Scalia and how he was a practicing Catholic, and he means that in the sense of an imperfect Catholic practicing to be a better Catholic. It was really a moving, moving speech. Here's more.
He loved the clarity and coherence of the Church's teachings. He treasured the Church's ceremonies, especially the beauty of her ancient. He trusted the power of her sacraments as the means of salvation, as Christ working within him for his salvation.
And then he talked about one particular incident where Justice Scalia was in a line for confession. And it turned out that it was his son's confession line. Watch.
The issue that evening was not that I'd been hearing confessions, but that he had found himself in my confessional line. And he quickly departed it. As he put it later, like heck if I'm confessing to you. The feeling was mutual.
And then he talked a little bit more about the love of religious liberty, which was so much reflected in his court writings. Here we go.
God bless Dad, as is well known, with a love for his country. He knew well what a close-run thing the founding of our nation was. And he saw in that founding, as did the founders themselves, a blessing. A blessing quickly lost when faith is banned from the public square or when we refuse to bring it there. So he understood that there is no conflict between loving God and loving one's country, between one's faith and one's public service.
And then he talked a little bit about the big family and what that meant.
Sure, he forgot our names at times or mixed them up. But there are 9 of us. He loved us and sought to show that love, and sought to share the blessing of the faith he treasured. And he gave us one another, to have each other for support. That's the greatest wealth parents can bestow.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, why wasn't the president there? Let's put up this tweet from his great Reverend, Reverend Wright, writing in their church magazine back in 2008. The Italians, for the most part, looked down their garlic noses at Galileans. From the circumstances surrounding Jesus' birth, well, you can read the rest. But the Italians looked down their garlic noses. Maybe Obama learned not to have much use for Italians. What do you think? I think it's a possibility.